Cougars, two middle-aged women on the hunt for a good read. I'm Emily.
And I'm Chris.
We're not together, as you can see. Chris is at Cougars HQ, and I am in Carbondale, Colorado, at their public library, which is beautiful.
Nice. I love the color of those walls behind you.
It's slightly different than your office at home, but still in the same
Yeah.
theme.
Green. Love green. So we are here today to talk about what we're currently reading, what we're going to be reading next, and then also a
Yeah.
quick reminder about our third quarter read along pick and our year of reading ghost stories. Can you believe we're looking at the third quarter already of
No,
unreal.
time is going halfway through the year. Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So what are you reading, Emily? You want to go first?
This is something I picked up at the library here. I've been wanting to get my hands on a copy. It's called Cooking in Real Life, Delicious and Doable Recipes for Every Day. And we just recorded an episode of the podcast. I completely mispronounced her name. It's
Hmm.
Leidy Hoyk. So she worked for Ina Garten. She took care of Ina Garten's social media for years and then branched off on her own. She now writes for the New York Times. And this published, I want to say last year, I believe. And it just gets rave reviews. And I also follow her on Instagram, which I recommend. She had a baby recently, and her Instagram feed is full of delicious food. So I've so far just read the foreword by Ina Garten and then the intro by Leidy about their relationship together, how they got to know each other, and how Leidy came to be a cookbook author. Really
Very
fun.
cool. So are those
Yeah.
recipes that are kind of like don't have a lot of really hard to find ingredients or something?
Yes, one of the things she says is in the intro is that she's committed to having ingredients that you can find at your typical grocery store. They're not unusual. This is an example of a recipe. The pictures are really beautiful. This one is called grilled chicken with yogurt and shawarma spices.
Hmm.
And it's a lot of it is just some spices, a lot of the ingredient list, and they're typical spices. And then this is the
Mm.
picture, which is making me very hungry.
Yeah.
Lunchtime for me.
Whew, yum.
And then she does say, there are some recipes that she makes clear these are a little bit more time consuming, but most of them are for every day.
Cool. Nice. Well, I'm reading a classic that was first published in 1878. There you go. Silus Mariner by George Eliot. This one's been on my TBR for a while. I've read Adam Bede and also Middlemarch by her. So this one, a couple people have told me it's one of their favorites of hers. It's also, a short one. It's not as big as Middlemarch. And I love George Eliot's way of describing people and making you care about them. In this case, Silas is kind of a complicated character, and I've been surprised by some of the plot twists that have happened, which are lovely. But there's a character named Godfrey who's the son, I think the eldest son of the squire in the village, who is a good guy but has made really bad decisions and is trying to be a good guy, but he's hiding things. And so like I kind of care about him, but it's kind of like, dude, you gotta probably come clean before you can live a happy life. And a happy life does not necessarily mean an uncomplicated life or a pain-free life, but I'm looking forward to seeing how both Silas and Godfrey turn out in this novel. I'm just about maybe like 60% through at this point.
Great. Well, I'm also reading The Garden by Claire
Hmm.
Beams. I started this on my flight here, and it was very compelling and made the travel go much faster. And we're doing a buddy read of this. Chris and I are going to both be reading it. We have a Goodreads thread already set up over on Goodreads if you'd like to join us. The official kickoff date is July 1st, which is when episode 237 drops. And then we're going to discuss it together on episode 238, which drops on July 15th. So if you're interested in joining us, this is one that we had considered as a quarterly read along, but we weren't sure if it was ghosty enough. I can tell you from having started it that it definitely seems like Shirley Jackson inspired her, and there is a lot to do with a mansion and a garden in the back that's slightly creepy, which was similar
Oh,
to The Haunting of Hill House that we read as our Q1 read along. And a
Interesting.
great cover, right? Just a great cover.
Yes. And what was the book by oh my gosh, I can't believe I can't think of her name right now, who wrote the magical series, The Witch
Alice
series?
Hoffman?
Alice Hoffman, right. The Red
Yeah.
Garden,
Oh,
that
yes.
novel about a garden and things
I love
going
that book.
awry. Yeah,
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah, and does have a theme about fertility and pregnancy, which is what the cover suggests if you look closely.
Mhm. Interesting. Very cool. I look forward to starting that one. That'll be up next for me after Silus Mariner. The Weight of Ink will then be after The Garden. I'm pushing that one back a little bit just to do this buddy read. But coming up for me is we're starting the Margaret Fuller reading group. We've decided to start July 13th is going to be our first Zoom conversation, and we'll be discussing Summer on the Lakes in 1843, which was about Fuller's trip that she took from the East Coast to the Great Lakes area at a time when it was pretty bold for a woman to take such a trip. And so it's part travelogue and part experimental writing because they're other stories and poems involved and dialogue. So, July 13th, if you're interested in participating in that conversation, leave a comment below and I'll add you to the Instagram group, which is where we are just kind of coordinating things. But the main conversation will be taking place on Zoom.
Great.
Uh,
And then you also have your paws on a copy of our Q3 read along, right?
yes,
Yahoo! The Upstairs House by Julia Fine. No relationship to Emily Fine, but
that
we're
we,
really excited about this book. And
yes,
we'll have a Zoom conversation on August 17th, 7 p.m. Eastern, if you're interested in joining us. And we also have a copy that the publisher sent as a giveaway that we're going to give to
yes.
our patron on July 1st. We do a drawing using, Chris has a fancy random number generator, and we draw a lucky winner once a month.
Yes, randomly, completely. This Chirby, do you see that little a Chirby award? I'm not
Oh,
familiar with
yeah.
that.
No.
But apparently it
Yeah.
won a Chirby Award in 2021. It was the fiction winner.
We'll have to look that up. I have
Yes.
no idea. Hmm.
Yeah, so everybody, this is just a quick drop in. I'm grateful Emily was able to join us from Colorado today.
Yes.
And
And I was say, let us know what you're reading. We want to know. Summer reading has commenced. Are you spending any time in your hammock or on a beach? And if so, let us know what you're reading.
all right, everybody, happy reading.
Happy reading.